Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today we're harvesting again. I know I haven't made a video since our last harvest, but that's honestly just because I haven't been doing much. I fed the bins a few times, both with some food scraps and warm chow. And other than that, this past week I've been fluffing the bins. That's literally all I've done. I haven't really been messing with them too much. When I was fluffing though, I did notice a lot of cocoons, so that's pretty dang cool. So the way this basically works, every 3 weeks we harvest the bins, and we're not harvesting for castings, we're mostly harvesting for cocoons, so they can go into their own bin, and then those unfinished castings that go with those cocoons can get finished once the cocoons hatch and the worms can grow in there. So like I said, we're not really doing this for castings yet, because I did get some comments saying that the bedding wasn't done yet. I'm aware. That's a whole process. So I already have a whole tub from last harvest. I think I should have checked before this, but I think it's a 39 gallon. That sounds like a lot. Or liter. I'm not sure, to be honest. But it's a tub full of castings, unfinished castings and cocoons. So I did peek at those, and I did see a bunch of baby worms, so it's working. So basically here, like I said, we started 2nd, today's 23rd, which is harvest day, and I started fluffing since the 15th. I already kind of started this because I'm still fairly new at it, so I kind of want to get a little bit of practice before. Let me show you. So this is what I mean by unfinished castings. There's still a lot of little pieces of paper, cardboard, maybe even some like food left in there. But what we came here for, I just lost it. Are these guys. This is what we want, the cocoons. So these castings, like I was telling you guys, they're gonna be getting finished by those little ones once they hatch. So it takes about 3 months, I believe. So let's see how that goes. I started all my bins. Well, I had one bin. I started with 1,000 worms. I built it up to 3,000 or 3 pounds of worms. So I know I can do a lot better than that in a shorter amount of time. Because before, if you guys haven't watched my other videos, I told you guys how I didn't really do much with the bins. I just basically let it do its thing, but no maintenance, no nothing to it. So this time I'm doing it so I can basically breed more worms. How do I show you guys this? So let's check out this bin, see how it is. And I'll show you how I've been drying it out a little bit so it's easier to sift. Basically all the worms are over here. I put some food in there so they can hopefully go that way, and then this whole other area is the part that I've been drying out. So let's see how this sifting goes. Alright. And here we go. And basically all the worms that I find, putting them here, and then that's the same tub or bin that I'm harvesting right now will get added with new bedding and some of this bedding that's not done yet. Like all the bigger chunks of paper and stuff, it's gonna go just right back into it. So see, right now it's to give them a little bit a place to stay for now while I finish harvesting. And right now I'm gonna go slow, obviously, because I'm making a video, but the other bin I did it and it really didn't take that long. So the first time I harvested, it took a very long time because I was trying to even out all my bins with the same amount of worms, and that took a long time. this time around should be a lot simpler. And let me show you something. I don't know if you can see this. Look how much coconut coir is still left in there. So again, these are all in finished castings. But that's why you don't have to feed this bin that's gonna be cocoons and these castings, because there's still a lot of food for them. I might re-sift this one more time just because I don't want a lot of that. If I can put it back into the bins, they can just get finished a little bit quicker. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna re-sift this part. And the coconut coir, like, it fluffs up and it's easy to like sift out, so I do like that about it. See how it gets? Maybe fiber-ish. Is that a word? Push that way. And then if I do miss some worms, like all the bigger ones, I will try to pick out. If they're tiny, I'll just leave them in so they can grow up in there. And once they grow, they get into the other bins and the whole process starts all over again. Gosh, this is literally so much easier than the first time. Incredibly. And the first time I did it, the castings were really not that dry. So it was definitely taking a lot longer than it should have. Yikes, he went crazy. Come here. Okay. The one thing I did mess up when I made this the 1/8 of an inch screen, I should have made it bigger. The same size as this at least. But live and learn. I can always make a new one. Oy. So basically all of this gets tossed back into the bin so it can get further down, broken down further down. Broken down further down. Wow. I'm a smart guy. Yeah, so later down the road, once I actually have to harvest my cocoon bins, I'm gonna get, I think, what comes after the 1/12 of an inch screen, so I can have like really nice worm castings, finished worm castings. They're so fluffy. And I kind of re-sift everything right now here, or during this process twice. Just again, because I don't want too much of that coconut coir, because I can use that for the bin again. And at first I thought like a lot of my bedding wasn't getting broken down like fast enough, so I'm like 3 weeks is not long enough. But now that I look at this, it actually is. Because I had questions about that I was gonna ask you guys, but I kind of, by doing this, it kind of just answered itself. So because I do have some bedding made already, and I stopped making it because I get a lot of newspaper in the mail, so I was like, instead of just tossing it, I can just use that for my bedding. And at first I'm like, I'm gonna stop making bedding because I have way too much of it already, and it turns out I might not have enough. So now I know. Oh, whoops. Oh, it's like this. Oh yeah, I had an idea. So I have a massage gun. Let's see if it works. Well, it works, but too loud. And I think because with the 8, like a lot of this big chunks still get passed. So I don't want that. When my finished castings, or I mean, once my castings are done, I want them to be like beautiful and perfect. Not that these aren't, because these ones are gold because they got cocoons, so that's what I want. The other day I pulled this out and they were going crazy all over it. Look how they get inside of it. Cool. Alright guys, I'm basically just gonna get all these bins done, and then once I have to reset them and add new bedding, I'll show you guys that part. This is where people go, ew. But I love them. Alright guys, and that is it. All my bins are harvested. Here's where all the worms are. Each little corner. Some grass stuff. And then those are my castings. Not bad. So now to reset them, I am gonna do a little bit of an experiment, because why not? Have this wheat berry grass, so one of my bins is gonna get all of that. And then I have my bedding over here on the side. So let's make this bin, and then I'll do the rest after, and then I'll show you guys once it's all set and done. So how should I do this? I think this one's gonna be the wheatgrass one. So I've seen when others do it. Look at the roots. They put it, you know what, I'm gonna fill it up actually with more bedding, because that's not gonna be enough. It might get hot in there though. We'll see how it goes. So all of this honestly still took me about an hour, but I was taking my time with it, and like I said, I am still trying to get the hang of it too. So I'm not a pro at this. I barely know what I'm doing. So this is the bedding that I already made. Coconut core, shredded paper, cardboard, and some old worm castings that I had. And we don't gotta do a lot of it either. Do half like that, and then I'll spread it and even it out. And again, that one's the one getting the grass as well. So alright guys, so the bins are basically ready. The worms are still over here. All of this is, all these is still new bedding. So we're just gonna give it a nice mix, and then I'm gonna top it off with some worm chow that I have right over here. Worm chow. And then that's it. We cover them up and call it a day, and we check back in 3 weeks. I don't know, like during those 3 weeks, I don't know how to make videos or what to make videos about, because I kind of just want to let them be. But I don't know, I still want to put some stuff out on my channel, because that's the whole point of this. So these are the worms, and we just spread them out with the old bedding and new bedding. And this bedding, I've made it for basically since I started this worm bin, so like 3 weeks ago. You guys don't have to do that, but it is a good idea to have the bedding made at least a few days, just so all the microbes can get in there and start breaking all this stuff down, so the worms don't get introduced into a sterile bin. But since we're using a lot of the old bedding that already has the microbes, so it shouldn't be a huge deal if you don't, but just to be safe. I might wet this down a little bit more still, just because they do like to be in a moist bin. Should I do scraps also? I might have to, because I have a lot. But I don't know. Do you guys think my bin will warm up or heat up with all of this? It probably will, but I'll keep an eye on it. I'll set it down in one side like so, and then if it does heat up in this side, they still have all this room to come through. This one, obviously, since it's getting all of this, it's not gonna get any worm chow. Or maybe it should. I don't know. TBD. Alright guys, so time for the worm chow. Everything's all nice and mixed together now. One question, maybe you guys can give me a tip. I don't know if it even matters, but worm chow, should I spread it all around the bin or just like one single area? I'm gonna do one single area right now, but let me know if I should just put it all over. Like I said, I don't think it matters, but we're gonna go and just give it a nice little chunk. Oops. And yeah, I mean, that is basically it. And this guy's the one that's getting the grass. I want to see how that works out. Yeah. Alright guys, and that's basically it. Now we're just gonna wet this down and cover everything up. And there we go. The worm chow, once it dries out, it becomes like a rock, so we're gonna try to prevent that this time around. But it's not a big deal. You just wet it down and it starts to break down again. So, like I said, no biggie there. And again, if you guys are wondering what the worm chow consists of, or it's made out of, it's just cornmeal, oatmeal. This guy's trying to run away. Why are you trying to run away already, buddy? Get off. So again, cornmeal, oatmeal, birdseed. What else do I have in there? Eggshells and root beet powder, because I heard it's good. So they like all the sweet stuff, so all right, I'm gonna do the same for all the bins. And you know what, let's just cover this one up just so you guys can see how I do it, which I should have prepped all my stuff before I even started the video. Okay. We're gonna do some of the old cardboard, and again, all the bins get set up exactly the same. I don't know if it's exactly, but And I like to cover the edges because that's where like the fungus gnats can get in from. And I hate gnats. Absolutely hate them. Basically put this down the middle like so. I get my egg cartons and that is basically how the worm bins get set up. And now we do the rest for everything and put it back on the rack, and that is it. And just like that, guys, everything gets put back on the racks. We come back and check on them, I don't know, maybe every like twice a week or so to see how they're doing with their feedings, see if they're eating all the worm chows. I might give them some food scraps here and there. And then the cocoons, these guys won't even mess with them for 3 months. This guy's already in here for 3 weeks, so until all these worms are in here until they grow up and they get bigger, then we can create new bins. And then all the castings will finally be able to get sifted again, and then they will be finished castings. And that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll try to make more videos. Maybe I'll do like a quick little feeding or something. But I really don't want to mess with them too much. Just so they can do their thing. Once I have more worms, I'll start doing other stuff. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.